Hey, welcome to Sam Outside. I'm Sam and I'm outside, inviting you to spend some time in nature. That's right. Well, do you like better sleep? Right? Do you want an easy way to reduce your cortisol? You want to improve your problem solving, your creativity, lower your blood pressure? All right. Reset your natural heart rhythms? All right. These are all things that can be accomplished within 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Just be outside. And that term is relative. Nature for you or being outside for you might take different forms, but the intentional act of finding yourself a nature landscape, right? Whether that be your own yard, whether that be a local park. For me, I've got a forested area, not so far, just across the road from myself, and plenty of trails. Go for a dog walk. And the key here is being mindful while you're out in nature, right? So slow down, all right? Listen, right? Smell, breathe in the air, feel the air, feel the warmth of the day, feel the morning chill if that's the case, feel the dampness, right? But be aware of what's happening around you. Notice things. That's right. So that's being mindful, being present, being in the moment. What that does is it removes a little bit of that inner dialogue because you're focused, right? It allows you to be intentional, right? So it's mostly about what you're doing, but equal part what you're not doing, right? What you're not doing is ruminating. What you're not doing is focusing on those things that might produce cortisol, right? And if you can do it for 20 minutes, that's what it takes, right? So 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes every other day. Just do what you can. But if you want to go a little bit further, spend at least 20 minutes in a forest that has coniferous trees. Coniferous trees specifically because they release a compound, a naturally occurring compound, right? It's basically an essential oil known as phytoncides. So the phytoncides are the byproduct photosynthesis, right? It's the tree's own chemicals. It's a communication tool, right? So the phytoncides within the tree are the compound that is part of their immune system, right? It's part of their immune defense. So when a tree is targeted by a pest, a bacteria, a fungus, an infection, it's one way that they communicate to other trees to prepare themselves, or other parts of the tree to say, hey, we're getting chewed on, so change the way you taste. Each species has its own predator, and it knows inherently how to change its chemistry so that it becomes less desirable. Can it do it fast enough to change the act of chewing in that particular needle? No, but it is something that is studied. It's something that researchers know. It's something that we can then track and follow into the human body. So the phytoncides, again, are released with the trace amounts of water, which are the byproduct of photosynthesis, and right, we're inhaling them. They're landing on my skin. I'm absorbing them through my eyeballs. They're in my sinuses. They're in my lungs. And those phytoncides are going to connect with my own immune system. More specifically, after 20 minutes, exposure to phytoncides released from coniferous trees, because they're a little thicker than phytoncides are going to be produced in deciduous trees. But also they're there year round. So that's the added bonus to it. But the coniferous compounds specifically are what were originally studied and still valid in their scientific circles in the 1980s in Japan, when the first doctor wrote a prescription for nature as it relates to combating stress, right? Work-related stress, but stress nonetheless. So it's been around for a long time, published, studied, ongoing. So as a certified forest therapy guide with the Global Institute of Forest Therapy and Nature Connection, this is part of the research, part of the foundation, part of the science behind spending time in nature. All right, so 20 minutes a day if you want full immersion, if you have been diagnosed with an abundance of cortisol, All right, if you've got stress in your life that is affecting you, because our thoughts become emotions, and our emotions can affect us physically. All right, so changes our heart rhythms and our blood pressure and our digestion, and affects our circulatory system and our message relaying, and then that hypertension doesn't allow us to function. All right, parts of our body, including our brain, just don't function the same, so we are less than and compromise our quality of life. So if there's something you can do that's as simple as spending 20 minutes in nature, you will feel the effects. All right, so let it sit, give it 24 hours, and you will sleep better. You will have less cortisol. You'll have phytoncides that are connected with your own body, more specifically your natural killer cells. Those are the cells that search out and target abnormalities such as cancers and tumors, scar tissue, things like that. They accelerate the healing. All right, so they do the dirty work. So spend time in nature, coniferous trees, but whatever nature looks like for you, because nature connection can happen in a nature environment, natural environment, and we can have those things without a forest, without trees. All right, so whether that be a savanna, whether that be a tundra, whether that be right a lake or a coastline, right? It's nature. It's the sounds of nature. It's the sound of birds. It's the sound of water in whatever form that takes. Right? It is the presence of life. That's nature. Right? The other than human world, the more than human world, studies show that patient recovery, when they have images, access to a window, sounds of nature, require fewer doses of pain relief, and they recover more quickly relative compared to a patient that has nothing but curtains to look at and concrete walls. Students can focus and achieve stronger academic testing scores when they have access to nature, just within sight. All right, so they know it's right there. And again, if they're actually out in nature, it's even more beneficial. But so our bodies need it. Our bodies are better for it. Our bodies were designed for it and in it. So if you want to improve your physical, mental, emotional well-being, spend time in nature. Yeah, notice, be mindful, breathe it in, absorb it, let it become part of who you are, because it's part of who we were. All right, so it doesn't take much, but it helps. It never hurts. All right, so do what you can. I appreciate your time, appreciate you watching. All right, we'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.